Hi everyone, let's brew Wuyi black tea today. Wuyi black tea is a geographical indication product. The tea tree lines here are used in Wuyi Mountain. The black tea that is also processed according to the technology here is called Wuyi black tea. Wuyi black tea is classified according to geographical indications into Lapsang Souchong, Souchong, and Yan Souchong. There is also Kehong. The Jin Junmei-style series we usually hear about the most is from Kehong. The one I want to brew today is also the one we will put on the shelves soon, and it also belongs to the Jin Junmei series. We also call it the Jin Junmei-style series in Kehong. Why is it called a series? This is because there are currently many such products on the market with many names. For example, we have heard about Jin Junmei, Yin Junmei, and Tong Junmei. Jin Junmei is the black tea made from single buds that we are familiar with. Compared with the traditional Lapsang Souchong, it is also different in terms of craftsmanship. Its withering uses the sun as much as possible. Because of the weather at that time, when we picked these fresh leaves, the temperature in Wuyi was actually relatively low. The mountains are high and the weather is not very good, so sunlight withering is relatively rare. Another thing is its degree of fermentation. It won't be as heavy as the traditional one, but you can't be too light. So it will have this very unique honey aroma of Jin Junmei series black tea. Then after Jin Junmei took the single buds to make them, the cost was relatively high. Let's go a little further. This fresh leaf can still be made according to this process, but this fresh leaf is different. You can add one leaf and one leaf. We call it Yin Junmei, and one leaf with two leaves is called Tong Junmei. Everyone in Tong Junmei is still used to it. Another distinction is made between its fresh leaves. Those with one leaf and two leaves are called Chigan. The two leaves are slightly expanded and are called Chigan. What about the one we have today? If we want to distinguish it by the series of raw materials, you can get closer to Chigan. What about the classification in Kehong? This one is first level. The special level can only be given to Jin Junmei. Then, if you follow the common market terminology of Tang Dynasty, it can also be called a position like Chigan. I don't know if you know it. Then, since we talked about it today, there is one thing about Wuyi black tea that I think it is necessary to mention. What about Wuyi black tea geographical indication products? It is classified according to this local standard. What about the Lapsang Souchong here? It only needs to be the local Kai Cha tea cultivar from Wuyi territory. But we have regressed to. Looking at the larger structure, the basic type of tea in China is black tea. According to this process, black tea is divided into Souchong, Gongfu black tea and broken black tea, right? There are three major categories. What about Souchong black tea here? It also has categories. The Souchong black tea in the national standard is divided into Lapsang Souchong and Tobacco Souchong. The Lapsang Souchong is, compared with Lapsang Souchong in the Wuyi black tea standard, its entire definition and grade, and the entire sensory level is different. So if you have this Lapsang Souchong or Souchong black tea, we can first take a look at the implementation standards here in the product information. It is based on national standards. Let's still follow this local standard. If the two standards are different, its entire definition and the limitations of its raw materials, the limitations of its craftsmanship and sensory level requirements are all different. You can take a look at it, because I have met some friends who are new to Wuyi black tea, and they don't take it lightly. Why does Souchong black tea have a smoky flavor, but not a smoky flavor, etc.? Is there a standard in this area? And there are some friends who know a little better. He may think that. I clearly saw that the national standard says this. Why is it that the Lapsang Souchong you added is not like this? So we need to take a look at the implementation standards first. Lapsang Souchong is the more traditional type of smoke. It actually needs local yellow pine wood chips to stop burning and adopt this feeling. This kind of fragrance comes out. Now, in order to protect the environment, there are more and more restrictions on this area. At the same time, many people can accept the smoky flavor of some relatively new young teas. Therefore, there are still quite a few smokeless Souchongs on the market now. If we follow national standards, you can only be from Tongmuguan and this protected area. It can be called Lapsang Souchong. If you follow the Wuyi black tea standard, it only needs to be made from the local Kai Cha tea cultivar in Wuyi. Both can be called Lapsang Souchong, so this is the general difference between the two. It's okay for everyone to know. Let's talk about our Kihong. Its craftsmanship is similar to that of traditional Lapsang Souchong and smoked Souchong. There are some differences. For example, the biggest difference between our Souchong black tea and Gongfu black tea is, a simple way to understand it is whether the tea goes through the red pan firing step. Souchong black tea does. Gongfu black tea does not go through red pan firing, so if you look at most Gongfu black tea, its shape will be more complete. Because the two processes are different, the entire fragrance-forming substances are different, and the fragrance types will also be different. If we want to make a distinction, Souchong black tea has a more sweet, soft, and rich feeling. The floral aroma of Gongfu black tea will be more obvious. This is a rough distinction and not particularly absolute. For those of you who have Souchong and Gongfu black teas, you can make a rough comparison. And today we have this black tea, which belongs to the Jin Junmei-style series. Its production process is the same as Jin Junmei. It's just that there will be more raw materials than Jin Junmei, some leaves and stems. Overall, Jin Junmei itself has a more delicate aroma. It will be more refreshing, like orchid notes, lily of the valley, and this kind of dry feeling. The whole thing will be more delicate. If I use this level to describe it, then the below that are Yin Junmei and Tong Junmei. These are black teas made with leaves and stems. The overall feeling will be more towards this floral and fruity fragrance, which is why we are looking for. When drinking Wuyi black tea for daily drinking, many tea drinkers find favorites in Jin Junmei-style teas beyond Jin Junmei itself. Here I found a daily drinking black tea that I really like. This one has been our choice for a long time and has been roasted twice. The overall floral and fruity aroma are very bright and pleasant. Now we start brewing. The shape of this one is still very tight. You can also see the fine tips of this product. For Chigan, the picking can sometimes be later. Sometimes it can be as late as June. We got this one in May. When brewing black tea, for most black teas, the water temperature is 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. For this tea, go a little higher. Around 90 to 95 degrees Celsius is okay. The size of our pre-packed tea portion is 5 grams, and the gaiwan is also an ordinary size. About 110 is enough. Weigh the tea, cover it, and let the aroma gather for a while, then smell the tea again. You will feel clearer. Give it a shake. It has this sweet floral and fruity scent. It is especially rich. It is similar to another Tanyang Gongfu in our store, which is our Tanyang Gongfu from Fun. Gongfu black tea is different. This one has a floral and fruity aroma. It is more based on the aroma of the variety itself. The aroma of Jin Mudan and this one is mainly from the processing. The sweet and soft fragrance is still obvious, and for this kind of fruity aroma, it won't be as warm as the aroma of some ripe fruits. It is a bit fresh, similar to the aroma of strawberry and apple. The layered aroma comes together, and the water temperature is about right. We can start brewing. For the first infusion, rinse the tea. If you like to rinse tea, do it quickly. The aroma of this tea is very clean, just like the sweetness of black tea. For friends who enjoy black tea, I think we have more choices of Gongfu black tea and Souchong black tea from all over the country. The varieties are different in each place, and the processing is slightly different. The whole feeling is very different. It would be better to pour out the first 3 infusions quickly. It takes about 5 to 10 seconds. It's time for the tea liquor to come out and pour it out fully. Now smell the whole thing in the gaiwan lid. It just feels very sweet. Compared with Gongfu black tea, the sweet aroma will still be different. This kind of Souchong black tea will be richer, bright red, yellow, and very clean feeling, not very strong. Unlike the large leaf varieties, which are richer and have a very strong feeling, Wuyi black tea as a whole has this kind of feeling. We describe it as dried longan. This flavor comes out in the tea liquor and the aroma can be felt. This feeling is not as simple as the taste is thicker and smoother. It is integrated with the aroma throughout the mouth. You can feel it, but you can't really capture it. This is the natural tea aroma. This feeling blends with the flavor of tea. Just drink it with a cup of hot tea in winter. The whole body warmed up. Before 2005, that is, before Jin Junmei started acting. Black tea is Souchong black tea. This is mainly exported. After 2005, the Jin Junmei became popular in the north and the south, and then the Yin Junmei and Tong Junmei followed one after another. The entire black tea market has become relatively popular. Jin Junmei's status in black tea. It's a bit similar to Beihao Yinjin in white tea, then Junshan Yinjin or Mengding Huangya in yellow tea, etc. It is made from single buds, and the fruit is sweet and fragrant. When you wait for the tea liquor to cool down a little and drink it, the feeling will be more obvious. It is very delicate and lasting. If we want to describe the richness of this level, etc., it must be an overall expression of both buds and stems. It will be more powerful. So we say that many tea drinkers look for daily drinking teas with high drinkability. They often choose from this range. It's not entirely because Jin Junmei's price is too high. Let's take a look at the wet leaves here. We often say that each place's water and soil shape its people. The same goes for tea trees. The same species live in different places, and the whole feeling of coming out is different. The geographical environment of this place has a great impact on its growth and quality. The entire microclimate in Wuyi Mountain is different, so the fresh leaves here are made. Even if it's black tea, you'll feel that way. The atmosphere of the mountain farm can be described like this. If we divide the black tea from multiple places and compare them together, it is more obvious. The whole taste is very full and the fruit is sweet. The bottom of the cup has this very clean floral aroma, a sweet and gurgling black tea. It's especially suitable to drink in winter. I even made a special set today. The color is very light and the feeling is warm and sweet. Special healing this variety is featured this time. It's local, the local Kai Cha tea cultivar. Only local. I'm more interested in those in the market. The varieties used to make black tea are Golden Phoenix, Yellow, Baimao Red, etc. I want to use these varieties to make black tea. I don't know what it will feel like because they are relatively rare on the market. I hope I can find a good one here and put it on the shelves for everyone to experience. Today this one will be in our sip-aiming series, Flower Heart Jelly. If you are interested, I will send it to the news at the same time when we put it on the shelves. That's it for today's issue. See you in the next issue.